hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why, no one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Dr. Seuss' small-hearted Grinch ranks right up there with Scrooge when it comes to the crankiest, scowling holiday grumps of all time. And to talk about him, we have lovely little Nesa, who is going to discuss this book with us. Hello, Nesa. Merry Christmas. It's good to have you here.
Hello everyone, my name is Lisa. I study in Ridge Valley School, class 3, and the section is A. I loved reading books and Geronimo Stilton's are my favorite books.
For 53 years, the Grinch has lived in a cave on the side of mountain, looming above the who's in Whoville. The noisy holiday preparations and infernal singing of the happy little citizens below annoy him to no end. Do you ever feel grumpy with all the holiday activities, Nesa?
No, I love Christmas. Christmas is a really fun time. I always like getting gifts and having fun. I also love decorating Christmas trees and finding candy in the stockings. Christmas is the most fun time of the whole year. And the holidays I get are so much fun because I get to play with my presents all through them.
And then the Grinch decides this frivolous merriment must stop. And it must stop with his wonderful, awful idea. So what did you think of his awful and wonderful idea?
His idea that much? In fact, I hate it. Like I told you, I love Christmas. And I don't want Christmas to ever be taken away from me. And I'm sure the Who's didn't either. The Grinch tries to steal their Christmas and tries to ruin it. That's just a very bad idea. I don't like it one bit. The idea is just horrible and mean.
Now I would like to know that what did you think of Max as reindeer, as he's a dog, and the get-up that Grinch has? Does it not look quite out of place and very disturbing in his makeshift Santa get-up?
He does look very out of place and disturbing in his Santa get-up. But I think it was very good disguise because if he was able to fool that little girl, because if he had been scared, she would have screamed, but she thought he was Santa. It was actually very clever, horrible, but clever. He was also dressed Max as reindeer. I think he looks very funny. I thought it was really fun and a wholesome book.
It was nice that we could read this book together. That's what Bookbibuli is all about.
I really like Bookbibuli. It helps me find out which books to read and which books not to read. It's a really awesome place. I think it will help me find which is Geronimo Stilton I should read next. Did I tell you Geronimo Stilton is my favorite book? It's going to be amazing.
Back to the book. After he pulls off his trick, he's waiting for the sobs of the Who's. When they wake up and discover the trappings of Christmas have disappeared. But that does not happen. What do you think happened? And why do you think it happens?
At the Who's wake up and see their Christmas decorations are gone. They're surprised and some of them start crying. But I think that some of the most responsible and smart Who's tell them that Christmas is not about gifts, but about the spirit. The Who's then decided that to show that they're still going to celebrate Christmas, presents or no presents. They're going down to the town squares and starting to sing to show how that they love Christmas, not just the gifts.
He is briefly interrupted in his burglary by Cindy Lou, a little who girl, but concocts a crafty lie to effect his escape from her room. Tell me, Nessa, what if you were Cindy Lou? What would your reaction be?
Be shocked. But if he actually looked like Santa, I might think he was Santa. But the lie is so easily seen through that I would have never believed it. I would have woken up my mom and we would have stopped him from stealing all the presents.
I understand that you totally love Christmas. But have you read other books about Christmas? And did you like them as much?
I like to read. I've already read these Christmas books called The Christmas Tales of Geronimo Stilton. And there are some other books related to Christmas, like The Christmas Sleigh. And then there are many other books I've already read, like including the Grinch book of Dr. Seuss.
Thank you, Nessa. So there, we have Grinch. His only companion is his unloved but loyal dog, Max. From his cave, the Grinch can hear the noisy Christmas festivities that take place in Whoville. Continuously annoyed, he devises a wicked scheme to steal their presents, trees, and food for their Christmas feast. He crudely disguises himself as Santa Claus and forces Max, disguised as a reindeer, to drag a sleigh down the mountain towards Whoville. Once at Whoville, the Grinch slides down the chimney of one house after another and steals all of the Who's Christmas presents, the Christmas trees, and even the logs for their fire. He disposes of all the gifts and waits to hear the sobbing. But what is that sound? It is not sobbing, but singing. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. What if Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store? What if Christmas perhaps means a little bit more? The story was published as a book by Random House in 1957. Children simultaneously adored and feared this triumphant, twisted Seussian testimonial to the undaunted cheerfulness of the Who's, the transcendent nature of joy, and of course, the growth potential of a heart that's 2 sizes too small. Bookbibuli Read Record. The reading competency required for this book is 3. The reader should be able to read basic English, and some words can only be called Seussian. Very enjoyable. You can finish it in an hour, maybe half. Best read without any breaks. Genre is poetry, fiction, fantasy, and Christmas, of course. It will be a natural extension to a reading trajectory which already has A Very Hungry Caterpillar, Gruffalo, and The Giving Tree. The book is a heart stealer, perfect for introducing reading to children. And once you've read this, you are ready for the Lorax by the same author. All the best and happy reading.